Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your Astroflower reading. This is going to be a reading going from the 16th through to the 23rd of January. For those of you having your birthdays in that week, happy birthday to you. Is it good to be in 2023? I haven't been here for 3 weeks because I've had a really bad voice. In fact, I lost my voice for 2 weeks, so I couldn't make any videos. It made for a very quiet new year, let's put it that way. But it's good to be back. We're going to be doing a tarot reading today, followed by your chakras and your aura reading. And normally that would be done in 2 videos, but because of my voice, I'm doing it in 1 at the moment. So let's just jump straight in here and let's see what's going on with your overall energies here. Due to that fact of it being your autumn period, this is the last grass of your autumn period for those of you who've got your birthday in the first week. For those of you who've got the end of the week, it's going to be really tying on or pulling on the emotional sort of side of things. So here it's almost like a boat that's at key, that's loaded and ladened up, ready to go. All the everybody's on board. And it's just waiting for that moment to undo the lines and the ropes and just set sail. And it is this moment of anticipation, looking left and right, making sure everything's in its right place, basically. Oh, could you have it? Okay, the Three of Wands is normally the harbour master. So this is it. It's like going on that journey, but ready to disconnect the boat with the ropes and go. I can't say anything better than that. You know what I mean? That's straight off the dial. Absolutely brilliant. So that's what it feels like at the moment. It's ready to rock and roll. Let's just see what's going on in your relationship side, your emotional sort of side of life. This is the karmic message. Frustrations can be overcome by conversation. So usually sort of sometimes if you're being a little bit frustrated with life, make sure you speak to the right people, connect with the right people, because it will alleviate a lot of the frustration in your life in regards to sort of relationships. You may feel like you've been putting in a lot and not getting a lot back, and you might well have been. But I wouldn't give up. Basically, I wouldn't give up. I would encourage. You still got this call to mission. You've still got this call to mission in it, and I think you've got to follow it within your relationships. I don't think it's not a good time to pull back in your shell. That's going to be coming up in the next sort of like 2 or 3 weeks. Once your birthday season's in full flow. And we move from one retrograde, which is Mercury, to Mars retrograde, and then back to Mercury again afterwards. But it's that change of pace, basically, that you will be able to hunker down and do the things what you got to do. Frustration is a little bit about as not being able to go as far or as quickly as you want to be going. And I wouldn't hold back. I would still get into this this karmic karmic mission for you, because it's there at the moment, and I would still be sort of like connecting with the people that are around you, really still knocking on doors. Okay, let's just see what's going on here. This is how the universe is trying to influence you. They're really pushing into this call to mission, basically. They're really encouraging it. They're not going to allow you to step away from it. If you try and step away from connecting with people, I think you'll find that they turn up at your door rather than you having to go to them. Yeah, they're Queen of Wands. They're really concentrating on the here and now of the situation. The Queen of Wands, she's focusing on one thing, and I think this is what this call to mission is all about. In order for you, it's been going very well over the last sort of 2 or 3 months of actually putting yourself in a position where you have this position where I wouldn't say you're controlling, but you've certainly got a very good good sort of influence on the people that are around you, really stable influence on the people that are around you. It's just giving you just want it straight and down the line, as it were. Let's just see how your guides are influencing this. They're ready. They've got your coincidences lined up. So they've got, I think they've got a lot of social times for you in the coming month. I don't think it's at the moment, but I think they're stocking it up for you. So you might find that this is where you're not getting that feedback that you think you should be getting. And I think the guides are sort of saying, don't worry about it, don't worry, we're stocking up. You know, they're giving you that foundation for a life going forward. Yeah, they're trying to leave room for new ideas and new things. So thinking about sort of like, oh, I think I'll contact this person, or go and stay with this person, or go and visit this person, or you know, I'll invite this person round for a dinner or what have you. I think there's a lot of that going on at the moment within you, where it's excuse me, where it's you know, it's provoking new ideas and new ways of interacting with other people. I think this is where the guides are really trying to sort of help you focus on that mission at the moment. Let's just see what the conversation is within you. Yeah, there's a lot. I want to get on. Do apologize. You know, there's a lot of I want to get on. I want to, and it's almost as if like you're sitting on the edge. You're holding onto that rope, trying to get that boat to move on and to do things. And it's yes, it might be causing you a lot of frustration, that inner conversation at the moment. So I would make sure you're occupied. You're always doing something. You're always connecting with people. If you find yourself twiddling your thumbs or just thinking, I wouldn't sit around and do too much of that unless you're thinking about what the past has brought you and what the future has brought you, because that's what the autumn period's around. If you're doing that, calculating that, that's absolutely fine. And I think this is where the new ideas will come in for the Ace of Swords. But at the same time, if your birthday is coming up within the next sort of 10 days, you're going to be really wanting to move on and stuff like that. So I would just making sure you're connecting with the right people and getting a little bit more sort of sociable and stuff like that. Page of Wands, yeah, being a little bit of a kid about it, just relax and enjoy, I think, is the best way to sort the chaff and the wheat, which is very much still within your realms at this present time. Allow that child to sort of go out and enjoy and socialize. I think there's also that's connected with it as well. And yeah, just enjoying life like you would do, like a child would enjoy life. So let's just see what's going on on your financial sort of side. Karmic message here is it's like you're having a good look around, but you're recognizing your place because other people are recognizing you and the work you've done. I think it's a bit of a glow up moment. It's not that people are looking at you kind of going, wow, Aquarius, man. They're almost looking at you as if to sort of say, oh yeah, they're doing well. They've done well. And it's that almost like, you know, kudos, like thumbs up, sort of well done, you know. It's a good exchange there, but there's a realization from within you. You're obviously evolving and taking a real step up, and I wouldn't hold back on that. And this is why you should be there this week, sort of looking around at what the opportunities that are around you to develop your career path, to develop your business even further, and that sort of thing. So I would really be attentive to that, of what's going on around you, really, keeping your eyes, or keeping at least part of your gaze of what's going on in the periphery around your job, your business, and etc. Let's see what the universe has to offer for this. I think they're in total agreement with you. It's really weird. They're sort of like, the universe is as if they're sort of standing there kind of going, after you, sort of scenario. I think it's really nice. I think they're recognizing, you're getting recognition from the universe of the good work you've done, basically. That's what it looks like. Page of Swords. They seem to be cropping up with the fixed signs at the moment. Page of Swords. Yeah, it's the idea of having ideas and putting them into action. So basically, if you're looking around and you see an idea, I would note them down, because it may not be today that you can implement those ideas within your business or within your career path, but I think they could serve you in the going future. And I think the universe is giving you that time and space to sort of kind of look around and kind of go, oh yeah, that's a good idea, right? Okay, and noting these sort of things. Let's just see how the guides are trying to influence this karmic message. There's a feather that comes in. So it's communication, which is sort of birds, really. Birds really love to communicate, and they communicate really well. And the other good thing about birds is that they communicate. They don't sing over each other in a way. They don't mind singing against one another, but they don't actually sing over each other. They do sometimes, obviously, but it's not a general thing of birds. You know, it's like the owl. You get the twit comes from one, and the twoo comes from the other. You know, for the it's how they're responding to one another. It's you know, and I think this is where the universe here is, or the guys here are trying to put you in a position where you can answer the incoming calls really quite quickly from the world that is around you, and just make you feel really sort of communicative with the people that are around you. I think the Tower moment is a really good thing. I think basically the Tower moment here, because you've got that Judgment card there, I think it's a case of realizing that past ideologies just don't stack up anymore, and the way we do things do not stack up in the way we do business. And I think you're going to realize that. And as you do realize that, that means you're going to be able to have a really good influence on the world that is around you. It's going to be absolutely beautiful, I think. Really, really nice. Yeah, really nice for your development, for your career path, for your business as well. I think it's going to open a lot of doors, because you're going to free up a lot of space by not getting involved in tacky old stuff, old ways of doing things. You know, you're going to be breaking ground. You're going to be bringing messages to the world around you. You're going to be like a message bearer, you know. Let's just see how the conversation is going on within you. There's a conversation of sort of, I want to get ahead sort of scenario. I want to do better. I want to do more. How can I, you know, and it's you're constantly asking a lot of yourself. As I say, the boat hasn't left the quay yet, I don't think. So don't try and fight against those ropes at the moment. Know your force. Know when to apply it, I think, at the moment. Yeah, I would keep a bit of force for yourself. That's the 7 of Wands there. You know, make sure you keep a lot of sort of things for yourself, or else you might find yourself cut adrift if you try and go too early. And it may be seen as being arrogant by the world around you. So if I was you, I'd just hold it, note them down. That's what the Page of Swords is all about. Note down those ideas, getting ready to imply them, but before you can imply them, you've got to be solid within yourself. Let's just see what the overall outcome is for you. There's a bit of a Six of Swords scenario going, Six of Wands scenario going up there. Yeah, I think there's going to be like a da-da moment that's coming towards you. It's not this week, but you're breaking through that glass ceiling. You know, you're breaking a threshold, and you can feel that threshold applying a bit of pressure on you before you break through. And I think by the end of this week, you'll feel that. Yeah, I think you're going to be ascending a little bit. You're going to be certainly learning a lot, and you could actually end up being the teacher to the people around you. As I said, I think you've got messages to bring to everybody. And with the Hierophant here, there's a definite realization of how to get to being the dreams of what you've wanted in life are within your reach, and you know how to get to them. Therefore, you can convey that to other people with ease. It's going to help you a lot on both fronts, not only on your relationship side, but on your financial sort of side as well. Yeah, really interesting. So let's bring up your chakra man, and we'll start having a look at what's going on in your chakras. Thank you very much for those cards. Let's have a cup of tea in the meantime. What a palaver that throat has been. So there has been a lot of solar flares. So you may have felt like there's been rushes of energy over the last sort of like week and a half, 2 weeks. This is going to be ongoing for the next sort of 6 months to a year, I would have thought. Pretty much that transition of Pluto from Capricorn into Aquarius. It's coming into Aquarius. So truth will be out, and I will be doing videos on that in the future. So let's just have a look at your chakra, man. Here's the legs. You've got your root chakra. Okay. It is slightly different to the other fixed signs. They've all been the same, and you appear to be different. But then again, you are coming into your birthday season, so it does change a little bit. There's your sacrum. There's your solar plexus. And there's your heart, third eye and throat, and with your crown. Right, let's just get into let's get into the roots here. Now there seems to be a lot of I think you want to have fun. I think this is what this retention that you may be feeling inside you at the moment, and you're really digging yourself in as sort of saying, now this is what I want. And it seems to be a very primal instinct of fun, of enjoyment. You know, you've been looking through life of what you've been doing over the last year, what you want to do in the coming year. For some of you, that's still going to be prevalent, but I do believe there is a case of, don't forget, you know, life should be fun, so please do enjoy sort of scenario. So yeah, I would encourage that with you as well. It will stop you from flittering and flirting from one thing to another. It's playing as well on the sacrum as well. So yeah, you just be careful of you know, doing too much, burning the candle from both ends, as it were. Just make sure it's in a equilibrium between your work and play. You know, don't forget the work that you need to do, basically. Let's just have a look at your solar plexus as well. This is really wide. This is very much like Leo as well. Very family orientated, very connecting with people. This is your call to mission, actually, which was in the on the karmic mission on your relationship side, and it was sort of, you know, being active, going to people. I think this is why the right side of your root chakra and your sacrum is larger than the left. I also think that's why your solar plexus is very wide welcoming, like a warm hearth, like a nice fire in a beautiful cottage somewhere. It's really welcoming you to sort of, and other people to sit around the fire and exchange stories and stuff like that. You know, your heart chakras, it's very clean, very fine. It's welcoming the interaction with other people. I think obviously there is a degree where it's a little bit too fine in the middle, and I think that's where you're not feeling that comeback or that return as well, which we were talking about there. So I would actually not expect it. Don't expect anything in return. The moment you don't expect anything in return, anything that comes your way, you're going to be really sort of chuffed with, and that'll stop you from feeling a slight degree of disappointment within your heart. Yeah, the third eye here. So the third eye here is slightly longer. It's in a normal position, slightly longer than the throat chakra. So it's very stationary. I think you're very calm mentally at the moment. You know, you're not really harassed or stressed mentally or with ideas and stuff like that. It's going to give you that space for that Page of Wands and that Page of Swords to actually come to the fore there, so you can play with the world around you. And that also ties into that root chakra and that sacrum as well, with the Page of Wands. And the Page of Swords here ties in nicely with that clear thinking of learning stuff and being open-minded to things. Let's just see what's going on in your crown chakra. A little bit weighed down. Try not to worry about everybody. Don't forget about, you know, as long as you're okay, everybody else can be okay. That's the basic starting point. Once we get that, and once you recognize that someone's trying to help themselves, then you can help them help themselves. But don't help someone if they don't want to help themselves, because they've got to start. They've got to want to start to do that. And if they don't, then you're going to be in the hiding for nothing. You might also be looking at the outside world and being a little bit disappointment in the truths or the honesty of the world, not of people in particular, but of the world, even of energy in a way, because energy is being inverted. The energy is all over the place at the moment. Quite an amazing thing. And I would just, that's where your heart's got to be. Don't expect the returns, so then therefore you're not going to have the frustration. And if you don't get the frustration, you're not going to take on the weight of the world upon your shoulders. So we just need to, I think we're going to just pull that down through your crown chakra, going through all the others and reconnecting it to the earth with your root chakra, because your root and your crown chakra is actually one and the same. It's just one's one end, the other one's the other end, you know, front or back, up or down, whichever you decide, you know. And that's going to tighten that crown chakra, so that'll give you a little bit more instantaneous, crystal clear thinking sort of scenario going within you. And yeah, that should give you a definite feeling of a little bit more zippy, a little bit more sort of buzzy. So within meditation, you can just bring everything back down to the root. And that you'll feel it tightening within your crown chakra, and that'll just give your ideas a lot more clarity. You'll know exactly what you want out of a situation, and you'll know exactly how to take it. So that'll help you a lot. Let's see what's going on with your aura. Yeah, it's a little bit open at the top. And I think this is to do with the crown chakra. If you imagine, you know those what we call weebles, they're like egg-shaped people that you push them and they stood back up, you know, that sort of thing. But it's a little bit upside down, so it's constantly flopping over at the moment. So, you know, I going from one extreme to another. So be very conscious of that. If you find yourself going from being very approachable, very calm, very nice and tranquil, and then going into someone who's really hyper and hectic, all of a sudden, I would be very wary of that, because that's what it seems to be doing. And that sort of getting that chakra down to the root chakra and just sort of smoothing that all off will bring that energy all into one smooth movement, which will make easy transitions between emotions and situations that are around you. There you go, Aquarius. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you had a lovely new year, and I hope my voice holds out for next week. We've got monthlies coming out. We've also got other readings to do with the Pluto transition from Capricorn to your good selves, Aquarius, as well, collectively and individually. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.